Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
What's up? Welcome to Monday, the KVJ after the show podcast.
Yes!
Yeah, here we go, baby. After the weekend, Virginia obviously still not with us. She'll be back, I think, on Thursdays when she's coming back. She took off little Fat Tuesday. Yeah, okay, Thursday she'll be back. All right.
Tomorrow is Fat Tuesday. What the shit are we doing for that?
I don't know, man. Like, I know some people are like real into it. It's mainly a Catholic thing. I understand it a little bit, but I don't fully get it.
Isn't it the like the last hurrah before Ash, the Ash stuff?
Ash Wednesday. Yeah, and that's kind of more Catholic too. Like, I don't really, I've not been in a church where we did the ashes and stuff like that, so I don't fully understand
I
it.
should know this because my mom was Catholic and Ann is Catholic. I
Yeah.
don't know. I just know they would give up. They'd give up like donuts for Lent.
Yeah, it has to do
We're
with,
making a sacrifice. We're not doing donuts.
yeah, it has to do with Easter, and I'm not really sure even, necessarily what the sacrifice stuff is, but, it goes on. Some people are doing it, and I guess it's just, I think it's kind of like, this email actually sheds a little bit of light into it. It's from Tom. Said, hey, longtime listener, I text often. My first email, I found this on my wife's Facebook wall. I guess it is someone she knows but doesn't talk too much anymore. I thought it was a gem. This woman, apparently it says, number one, last year I gave up martinis for Lent. That was the first time I ever made this obligation to myself to suffer as Jesus did. After the first couple of days, it really wasn't that hard, and I actually made it 2 weeks past Easter before having a small one on that Sunday night with my mom. Says this woman is going to suffer as Jesus did and not have martinis.
The sacrifice she's made for humanity is
Jesus
amazing.
May have suffered a little more than not having an alcoholic beverage. Please tell me I'll find this funny, or is this just my wife and I? That is pretty funny.
Making us chuckle.
Yeah, so I guess that's maybe the concept of it. I guess. I don't know. I know, like, in our church, we'll do fasting. But I think that's. I haven't yet, but I might do it. They do fast. It goes like 3 weeks, something like that. I think they call it the Daniel fast, and I think it's just kind of like more to get in tune spiritually, and it's something they talked about in the Bible, fasting and things like that. So, but I don't think it's related. I don't think it has the same kind of thing on what Catholics do with Lent.
Because I can kind of level with that, where you feel like you're cleansing your body, you're getting rid of all of whatever, and you're trying to turn a new leaf.
Yeah, I don't know a ton about it. I just know I think that's kind of the basic concept is that, yeah, it's kind of like, I guess, working the toxins out. I don't know if it has an element of, okay, you are sacrificing too, but I think it's just a matter of, yeah, it's a cleansing of all kinds of stuff is pretty much what it is.
If you're able to cleanse, I think it's good if you're able to do it. It just takes such a strong mind. You know you're going into fucking bullshit.
Yeah, and I think, you can have certain stuff, but there's a lot of stuff that you, fast through. So, yeah, I'm going to try to, I think I might do it.
When's the last time you've eaten bread? It's been a minute, hadn't it? I'm talking white bread where it just, you know what I'm talking about, the good stuff.
Yeah, it's not like something it's like, ooh, look out, never going to do it kind of thing. No, in fact, I'm kind of trying to say, I might start making even this week, I might start making some new changes to my diet, and I think I'm going to go a little bit more vegan, like some people have said. I'm going to try to be a little bit more aware of the white flours, of the sugar and the dairy. And I think I'm going to try to, I'm not saying I'm going to go completely clean, but I'm going to try to do what I can to stay away from those.
I can't stop eating potato bread. Gosh, man, have you ever had potato bread?
It's good. I love it.
So good.
It's fantastic, yeah. I'm just going to do it as an experiment, see if I feel any different. Because I've just talked to people that have done these kind of like changes with their diet, and they talk about how great they feel. And I'm just getting to the point where it's like, I am struggling for every ounce of energy I have. Always, and that's even doing hormone replacement therapy and vitamins and Vitalive and all this crap.
If you were to drink a Mountain Dew, would that get you going? Because you really don't, I don't think you drink caffeine that much, do you? With something like that?
Well, I do kind of like, I do more of a vitamin energy drink kind of thing. So I don't know that it would do much for me. It'd probably just make me like, there are sometimes if I dabble and have something that I shouldn't have, I actually don't feel good.
I didn't drink soda for 2 months once, and I swear to you, I didn't really notice a difference.
Some people can, that's why I'd say, it depends upon what your body is, and if you notice a difference, great. If not, then, who cares? But yeah, I had some ice cream on Saturday night, and I kind of woke up Sunday, and I'm like, I don't know. I'd had some drinks, but I didn't think too much, so it's like, I don't know. I'm just like, I'm going to try without the dairy and see how it goes. I should probably try without the alcohol, but that's just not living, my friend.
That's just it. I mean, what are you trying to do? I don't like when Kevin shuts everything down.
Yeah,
I need you a little bit.
It's tough. And the thing for me, why so you just have a hard time, like cooling it, but it's like, yeah, I mean, that's most Saturdays I drink pretty much the entire day.
You do?
Yeah, I get up and I sporadically have beers throughout the day.
What's the earliest? So a typical Saturday morning, what's the earliest you crack open a beer?
I'd have a beer by 10 a.m.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
I like your style.
Well, I'm like, for me, it's like...
You're a day drinker.
I'm a day drinker. I'm not going to be drinking at night. Like, I mean, it's rare that I would have a beer past 7 p.m.
Day drinking can be fun, especially if there's a fun activity involved.
Yeah. The best chance you have of finding me hammered is going to be like 4 or 5 p.m. on a Saturday afternoon, which is like, what?
Being hammered at midnight, I don't know, man. It's just,
No, I can't. That throws me off too much. So, yeah, so I'll start early.
I think our schedule has a lot to do with if we did an afternoon show, I think we'd have a different perspective on a lot of shit.
Probably. But, yeah, just kind of the way it is and, where my time schedule is, that's kind of what it is. But, in a sense... I don't feel, my family will make me feel guilty, but I don't feel guilty having it. I'm like, screw it. I'm up, I'm awake, and I have a lot of free time. I got to take advantage. I got to make it count.
Would you ever want to do an afternoon show if they said, hey, let's go ahead, take you guys out of mornings. We want you to do maybe 4 or 3 hours in the afternoon. Would you like that, or would you like this schedule?
If we had, if you would look at this, having the same audience and the same money, then I would do it in a heartbeat.
Really?
In a heartbeat.
I love the mornings, though.
Do you?
I do.
Don't. Can't stand them.
I don't know if I'd ever want to go back to a schedule where I don't wake up super early.
Really?
Maybe not super early, but I find that I have more energy in the morning.
Mornings are good, but yeah, I get what you're saying. I'm probably more productive because of it, and it's probably better off for me because I get up and I get caught up in the distractions.
I know this is going to sound ridiculous for a lot of people, but I actually feel like I'm more clear-headed in the morning.
I know.
I got my shit together in the morning.
I think most people are. That's kind of the latest trend now in productivity is everybody's saying get up and do all your stuff, early in the morning because it's uninterrupted. You usually have your most clear thoughts, your mind power. You're not tired. You're not worn down. You're not distracted. So a lot of people try to get up like super early now. Some people do it just to show off. I mean, I do it because of my job. But yeah, no, it's good. That'd be the only problem with doing afternoons. If I got up when the family was up, there's so many distractions when they're around. Then when you get to work, people are coming in and it's harder to get as much done. Yeah, I got a good window. I get here at 3 and I got from 3 to 6 where it's just quiet. Nobody's messing with you.
That's what you need.
And I need every minute of it too, so... here's another thing. Got this email said I heard Virginia mention the BurgerFi a couple of times, and I thought that she might want to know some details about it. They use the Beyond Meat burger, 100% vegan and absolutely delicious. It is sold at Whole Foods. It sells out pretty quickly, so sometimes they don't have it. Also, Twin Peaks has it. It is their veggie option. It's absolutely amazing, and you can buy it for your own barbecue.
So there's a couple things going on at BurgerFi, and I'm wondering what they have a veggie burger and they have a vegan burger. Both are different.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. If the
veggie burger is different than the vegan burger. Vegan's going to be more. You can taste You can taste the difference in the vegan, in my opinion. It's still very good, but it's
not as good.
It's got a certain taste to it. You're like, all right, I can tell that's a vegan burger. It's still good. Their veggie burger. Holy shit, man. I feel like it tastes just like a burger, if not better.
Really?
I have to go on record and say BurgerFi Veggie Burger is my favorite thing on the menu. Shocked as shit when I first had that thing. It was that good.
See, that's awesome. That's the kind of stuff where I'm like, hey, I might just start doing more veggie-type burger stuff, and I've been doing a little bit of that.
I can't believe the Gardein game as far as the chicken. It does taste pretty good.
Yeah.
If it's prepared the right way, the Gardein chicken's on point.
You're not going to notice it, huh?
I mean, if you're going to notice it a little bit in the beginning, but I don't think you're going to be that upset about it. If you're someone that's trying to be healthy and still want to eat kind of bad, you can eat the Gardein. It's going to be pretty good.
I got this. Is still a lot of comments about the tipping policy, the story that had come up. If you missed it from the regular show, it turned into a huge story over the weekend. The server at Outback Steakhouse in Palm Beach Gardens got fired on Thursday after posting on social media that she was not tipped for a $735 takeout order placed by Christ Fellowship. Tamlin Yoder said, we take the order over the phone, we put the order together, take the payment, and then take the order to the car. She said, it's a lot of work, just as much as serving. She said she put the food in the car, received no tip. She said because she spent most of her shift preparing the 75-item order for Christ Fellowship, she only made a total of $18 in tips. She said out of frustration, she posted on Facebook the Christ Fellowship left her no tip on an order totaling $735, but did not mention where she worked. She said a male friend saw that she had posted and said, look, you better delete that. And he told her that he would call Christ Fellowship about the incident. Yoder said the friend told her the church was going to contact the restaurant to make amends. When she arrived at the Outback the next day for her shift, she was told by the manager that Christ Fellowship got a full refund for the $735 order, and she was fired. The spokesperson for Outback Steakhouse said that per company policy, employees cannot post about customers on social media and can be subject to termination. If the policy is violated, we did not call the restaurant to have her fired. We wanted to get the situation resolved, said the rep from Christ Fellowship. He said, look, we're just trying to make the situation right. So there you go. They just wanted to make sure the girl got her money, didn't want any problems, didn't want her fired.
According to the girl, she wouldn't do anything different, Kev. She'd do the same damn thing the same way.
Well, I have a feeling if she did that in another restaurant, she'd continue to get fired.
Well, she is. That'd be like you going on and then trashing something with the company if they didn't want you to. I mean, you can say what you want, but they got the right to either discipline you, suspend you, fire you.
You're a rep for that company.
You can totally say what you want. Freedom of speech is there you go.
And you're not our PR department. They have a PR department to handle things like that. You have managers that handle these kind of situations. You can't let employees become the PR department for the company just because they have a social media account. And that's what it is. They're saying, look, you don't speak for us and you can't speak for us.
And sometimes just shit happens. Sometimes you get fucked over and life goes on.
Well, we got an email from Cece. She said, look, you guys don't have the whole story. My significant other works at the church, and I have found out the inside details. Outback was supposed to cater it in, but they called and canceled delivery, and they made somebody come pick it up. So they sent over a volunteer, not a paid church worker, who did not know the church's tipping policy, to pick it up since it was unexpected. And on top of that, she was 45 minutes late with getting it ready. I would personally have a really hard time tipping you after all that. That's not even going into the absolute rudeness that ensued the next day with the waitress calling and harassing the church, telling them they better give her a tip. She then decided to post it on Facebook as well and got fired for her own actions. You have no idea how bad that volunteer felt. But what even more shocking is the audacity the waitress had. Yes, it was her that called, not her friend, to the church and demanded they tip her or she would retaliate.
Yeah, I have no sympathy for the waitress. I really don't.
Yeah, she said, shocking how entitled people are today. Thanks for listening. And there is a debate on that. And it was, I think at least an honest mistake. And, the other inside information is, I know this church. I know the people involved. I go to this church. And on Tuesday, the group that they had in some different speakers and whatnot. On Tuesday, my wife set up the dinner that they had the night before the Outback situation. And they went to the restaurant, were good, and over-tipped by a ton of what was right. So, I mean, they do tip. It's not like they would go on and, expect that. So, and I talked to the guy yesterday at church that is in the story, and he's like, yeah, we feel really bad about it. We didn't want any of this kind of stuff to happen. We just want the girl to get her money. It just, it was an oversight when it happened. And
if the girl continues,
we feel bad for it.
If the girl continues to talk shit and doesn't want to let it go against the church, she wants attention at that point.
Yeah, she said that it's not going to kill her vibe of staying in the industry, and she wants to one day have her own restaurant. But I would tell you, when you do have your own restaurant, you're going to find that you're not going to want your employees going on and, saying, hey, look, there's a lot of rude customers. I get it. We talk to people in the service industry.
That's part of the game.
It's tough. It's real tough. And you're like, you guys, unfortunately, a lot of times have to bite your tongue and take it because you just can't have people running rogue and blasting clients on social media.
Nobody walked in there and said, fuck this place. You know what I mean? It was a mistake, and I don't know, man. I'm annoyed with that story.
Yeah. So, it was an oversight by the person who picked up the food, and they say, look, they should have tipped. They didn't know the policy, and that was the church. They're like, it's our bad.
Mistakes happen.
They wanted to call up, and they wanted to make it right and get all the money there, and they wanted everything good, and they said, look, don't punish her. It's all good. We just want to pay for what we owe, and a tip includes that. So that's kind of what ultimately they're saying to get the record straight. I got this email from Brian. He said, when I waited tables, even though minimum wage was $4 or $5, you only made like $2.16 plus tips. And yeah, I just think that right now, it's kind of the tipping system's jacked. Tracy St. George is pulling me down. She's like, they ask for tips when you open a GoFundMe page. They want you to tip above and beyond whatever they take off the top. And I'm like, it's just everybody. And you're like, I don't know who. I'm so confused. I don't know who to tip and how and all that kind of stuff. I don't want to be, but I would just like, to me, a fee that is on there and be like, yes, here, look, I want everyone to be treated fairly.
People get real mad when people get mad when you start taking their money and they don't think it's justified.
Yeah, and I would never want to do that. I would never want to be in a situation where I feel like I'm shorting somebody. Honestly, and I would...
But on the other end, though, for example, like for you, you're saying when you go to the yogurt shop or whatever, all they do is put the yogurt in the thing and they give it to you and then they want a tip.
Yeah.
And you don't even know if it tastes good, if they messed up the order. Like there's a lot of things that you're giving a tip before you even get the whole service.
I'm like, if I'm supposed to tip, on top of that, like how much is it? 15? Is it $1? Is it like, okay, because then when you walk in, it's like that already $8 smoothie is now, you're like, okay, and then you might say, all right, maybe. I don't know. It's just, it's really tough when you just don't know what it is. It'd be nice to have just a set.
The one thing
I
think we all can agree on is Outback's got good food.
They have great food. Absolutely. I think that's the whole thing that came down with. That's why I couldn't believe this is such a big story. I mean, it was like a misunderstanding, and they're like going, look.
It's because the girl,
we screwed up. We wanted to fix it.
The media loves to blow up any kind of story where someone's claiming to be the victim of something. There was a story where a woman got called fat in Target, and it was a fucking national story. You got called a name in a store, and now it's like, let's stop the presses. Someone got called fat because they had an argument with another customer.
Yeah.
2 customers got into a fight. One person said something, the other person called them fat, and now it's a national story.
Yeah.
What the shit?
Well, a lot of people, I think the church was like just trying to be shady and trying to get away with the tip. And that's why I just tell you, my experience with them just from the night before, that's not their policy. They don't do that. They want to over-tip when they do stuff. And their tipping policy, and I've seen whenever they go out, is to give more than what you're expected to give for a tip. It's not... And people are still going to want to say what they want to say.
Oh, yeah.
Because people want to tear down churches and all that kind of stuff. And I get it. Hey, a lot of churches don't have a good track record.
Everyone's very brave on social media. Kev.
I can pretty much tell you, as much as I know, knowing these people personally, they're not the kind of people that would want to stiff anybody on a tip. They would want to do right.
Do you think
and
the
they
church
feel
wants
bad
that,
when it happens.
Do you think they want that kind of publicity? Hell no.
They don't want the publicity, but on top of it, they just don't even want
no.
it. Yeah, they just don't even want it. That's just not something that they would want to do. Got this email about the tipping situation. Say I'm writing you about this, although it's not a common one. It is something that's fairly unknown around here. I'm talking about chartering a private jet. If you charter a jet, the pilot and the flight crew are just like taxi drivers on the road or a boat captain on a private charter yacht. They should be tipped at the end of the charter. If you can afford a charter jet, you certainly can afford to tip the flight crew. It's not like flying on commercial airlines. We have many celebrities that live in this area or visit this area, and they use the private jet service. They do not tip. It's rude. Maybe you can spread the word, and please don't give my name. Yeah, it wouldn't. But
there's nothing worse than rich people who don't tip. When I worked at the golf club, there was this one guy who would never, ever give a tip. He would give $1 if it was a tournament, and that would be it. But if it wasn't, this guy, I think they quote him at $50 million was his net worth. Mm-hmm. He just would not give $1. Just didn't think people deserved the $1. It was openly against tipping.
See, that's the kind of people. Yeah, that's
he would
jerky.
talk about how people don't deserve tips.
Right.
He had $50 million.
And those are the kind of people that, to me, I don't defend that. I think give the tips and over tip. I think it's just people who don't have mad money that can pull out 20s and be throwing them all over the place, where you're just like, as you're walking around, you're like, I would never want to do this. I'm talking mainly about me. I would never want to short someone on a tip that's deserved.
Of course.
A lot of times I don't have awareness of who you need to tip and for whatever else. And it seems like wherever you go now, there's just a lot more things you got to tip on. You're just like, gosh, I don't even know. Like, is there a cheat sheet? Is there a card I can carry around with me?
It just seems like every time you go out, you have the potential of hurting someone's feelings.
Yeah. No, you do. I mean, that's just really it. And it's almost like the harder you try to not offend people, the more you offend people.
Because you're all clanked up. I don't want to offend. I don't want to offend. Fuck, I just offended you.
I know. That's it. I trust me. It's my thing. I never want anybody to feel bad.
Of course
I don't.
not.
But I may say things. I may do things.
Yeah,
and I may hurt your feelings.
We all are going to make somebody feel bad eventually through our lives. We've all done it. It's just part of the game.
Mm-hmm. Got this email from Ryan in Lake Worth. Said, I just heard the 90-year-old guy who was involved in the fatal wrong way RV crash in Fort Pierce passed away this morning. I was hoping he'd have to face a judge and explain why the hell he was driving that night. How come Florida has a minimum age requirement to drive but no rules for the maximum age to drive? This makes absolutely no sense to me, and I think it should be changed. I think the one thing about like having a maximum age... to drive, here's the thing, and I get it. I'm one of those people too, where I think that there are people that at a certain point their faculties are not good enough to drive, and at a certain probably age, you should probably be retested. And if that's ageism, then maybe we should test everybody every 2 years or whatever it might be. And you should be able to
prick.
Yeah, but you should have to be able to pass reflex. It doesn't matter if you're 22. If you're just like, if you have no reflexes and you just can't see or whatever it might be, there are things that might keep you from being able to legally drive.
Oh, there's some 90-year-olds that without a doubt drive better than I do.
Yeah.
And I believe that.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I think that we should, often probably retest our skills to make sure that, okay, you are capable of driving a vehicle.
I don't know if someone came in here and said you got to take a driving test right now, the written part and then the driving part. I don't know how well I do. I really don't.
Yeah, I'd like to say that hopefully I do well enough to pass, but who knows?
Yeah, I don't feel that confident.
And it is tough whenever you put, age restrictions on something because you're always going to find the exception. And that same thing with 98-year-old drivers. I'm sure you could probably wheel in 98-year-old drivers that have better abilities and reflexes than both of us together. Some people in the chat room are saying, I think they should raise the minimum driving limit. Too many immature kids on the road. There are a lot of immature kids, but then there are a lot of really super mature 16-year-olds that are better drivers.
That's just it. Again, with all absolute.
Yeah.
There are some good 16-year-old drivers, and there's some shitty 40-year-old drivers.
Right. And so maybe, your driving test, there are a lot of things that it's a privilege. And you've got to make sure that you've got a lot of things working for you in your privilege that gives you a driver's license. Let me see. Got an email from Katerina. She said, okay, I'm currently at work, sitting on the toilet, blowing up the bathroom. Unlike you guys, I'm a female who loves to poop in public, and I love to torture everyone. I won't even do the courtesy flush, LOL.
Wow.
Right?
Fucking animal.
Kind of sounds like the queen. Yeah, I mean, not that I don't think she's trying to torture anybody, but she's so brazen with pooping. I don't get it. We go to breakfast every Saturday morning. She'll have a couple bites, and she
at the restaurant.
At the restaurant, I'm like, why wouldn't you wait to go home, or why wouldn't you go before? She's
That's
like,
a power move.
She's like, I just pushed it down. I'm like, well,
That's so gross.
I'm like, I would totally wait. There's no
Thanks,
way.
babe. Let me finish my eggs now.
I know, and I'm eating. I'm like, ugh.
It pushes it
down. It pushes it down.
That made my stomach flip. Then she comes back and finishes her meal.
Yeah.
I would hate to eat breakfast that way.
It's tough.
That's tough, man.
I don't get it.
There's got to be a better way.
I do not get, I mean, it has to be a dire emergency for me to go in public. Dire emergency. Anyhow, a woman just brushed her teeth at the sink. For some reason, I think that's super gross, but not the horrible smell I'm causing. What do y'all think about brushing your teeth in public bathrooms? Yeah, it's disgusting. Brushing your teeth while someone's pooping is even more disgusting.
I did that at Wild. I brushed my teeth and I shaved in the bathroom. We had to do something where we had to leave. And I remember one of the other shows walked in and they could not fucking believe I was shaving in the bath. They couldn't believe it. In fact, they went back and I think told management about it.
Yeah.
I cleaned up my shavings.
I guess that's it. People, when you're in public, they're like, this isn't your private bathroom. There are certain things you do, like shave, brush your teeth, that you do in your private bathroom, not in public.
Sometimes you got to adapt, brother.
I get it. I kind of feel that way. And
I would never be offended if I walked in and someone was shaving in the bathroom.
No, it doesn't offend me.
That's pretty cool.
It doesn't offend me. I'm okay with that. And if somebody's brushing their teeth, I'm okay with that too.
I'm like, that's kind of gross. They got work poop particles on there.
It's about me, yeah.
They're doing their own thing.
No, I flip the script and I think about what's going on, with me. I wouldn't do it. I couldn't imagine brushing my teeth. In fact, I was like walking to the bathroom and I had a little bit more in my wrap and I was rushing trying to cram it in my mouth because there's no way I would take a bite of my wrap after I've walked into the bathroom because of poop particles that are flying around. So I had to eat my wrap before I got out to the confines where the toilet is.
You're pushing it down, just like the queen.
Yeah, no, I was good. I had to pee. I went into pee. I didn't go into poop.
I had pushed it down.
I had to push it down.
I tell you about the one time I brought in my drink. It was just my soda at the movie theater. I went to the bathroom and just washed my hands, and the crowd that I was with publicly shamed me. They go, dude, you're bringing a drink into the movie bathroom? That's so gnarly.
Yeah, some people, get on, and the weird thing about it was, and I'm totally like conflicted because I brought my beer into the bathroom with me. Somebody's like, you brought your beer into the bathroom?
You got a buzz. It don't matter.
Yeah, well, it didn't matter, but it's like I'm more scared of somebody putting something in my beer by not taking it. So it's kind of a weird thing where it cancels it out. I don't want to leave my beer because I'm afraid like
another station's going to try to take you out.
I don't even know what it might be. Somebody might do something to it. So I'm worried about leaving it there. So I would rather have it with me. And then I kind of...
All it takes is for someone to fuck with your drink one time in your life for you to be paranoid.
I've had that happen. Somebody fucked with my drink one time.
My freshman year in high school, all the seniors pissed, and it was either my freshman year or my sophomore year. I can't remember. It doesn't matter. They pissed and put soap in the water, the cooler, where you get the water.
Not even cool.
It's not cool.
That's unbelievable.
And I drank it, and those motherfuckers are laughing. Yeah. And really, that's assault.
Yeah, no, it is assault. It's awful. It's one of the worst things ever.
15-year-old bird didn't know how to handle it.
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff you hear about in a story now, and somebody winds up going to jail.
That's that 90s humor that just wouldn't fly today. It doesn't happen where guys can piss on fucking water and you drink
Can't get away with it. Then they'd be going, suck it up, son. Yeah, not now. Let me see. Got an email from Jason said, Kev, come on, man. You destroyed Jerby's last shot at love with Dossie. You need to make this right. Call Dossie on the air and apologize. Get the date going again. Hell, bribe her with concert tickets or something. Think how happy Ann will be. You'll be a hero. Texarado Longhand has been fucking himself for too long now. I don't want him to die alone.
I hope people do realize that I'm really not lonely. I play those calls and I think it's funny that Ann thinks I am.
Yeah.
I'm just right now at a point, I just don't want to date anybody right now. You ever when you were single, did you ever have that where you just kind of wanted to be on your own?
You just want peace and quiet. You just want some calm.
Man. Gosh. Dating, by the way, is really kind of annoying.
Yeah.
It really is. Trying to get to know somebody.
Right. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of effort.
I just think you have to be in the right mind frame for that.
Right.
And I'm not there right now.
You're not there. That's not exactly where you are at this moment.
But I'm getting like long emails from people saying, Jason, I know you're so lonely right now. And I swear to you, I'm not fucking lonely.
Like, I feel great.
Then they're like, you get defensive when you say you're not lonely. Well, I mean, you're telling me I'm lonely when I know I'm not. I don't know what else you want from me.
You can't win.
No.
Can't win. Okay, let me see. And then here's a nice little email from Colleen saying, thanks, Denny's, Suits, Jaybird, for making Paul's in the Park so much fun. P.S. Chloe enjoyed sharing Denny's chips with Jaybird.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, we were just getting ready to leave. And man, I love petting people's dogs. I'm probably a little too much.
Mm-hmm. So,
not in a sexual way.
Yeah. So there you go. Nice little email. Thanks, everybody that came out to Paul's in the Park. It was really cool. Beautiful. Hot, man. It's crazy. It was hot this weekend, wasn't it?
Glad I wore long sleeves out there. I wore jet black long sleeves with another shirt. Denny's goes, it's really cool out today, man. You need to wear long sleeves. Like, all right, I'll wear some long sleeves.
This guy's always on it.
I mean, but I'm looking at the picture. By the way, that picture is so funny. The winner of the costume, the dog costume, it's me, Suits, Denny's, the dog, and Kevin, and everyone's smiling. And Kevin, you look like you're so pissed off to be in that
Really? It just caught me in a bad moment, yeah. Let me see the photo.
You look like such a smug dick there. You're like, is this over?
Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah.
It's all right. It's okay.
Yeah, well, we were at the one. I don't know if that was the one, but we were there and we were smiling, and the person was trying to, like, take it, and then you, like, thought it was over, and I kind of, like, stopped, and then it was like, and it went off. I'm like, oh, man, it's tough. I lose a lot when I take photos.
It was funny. I thought they were asking to take a picture with me. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, sure, no problem. Like, no, I want you to take a picture of me and my husband. I'm like, oh, yeah, sure, no problem.
Yeah. Oh, it's always a problem. Oh, yeah. Always a problem. All right, that's it for us for Monday. Thank you for all the emails. Got anything you want to talk about tomorrow's ATS? Send us one. Mail at kvjshow.com, mail at kvjshow.com. We'll talk to you later. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.